What up, YouTube? Happy Saturday. Just having some coffee at Starbucks right now. Alright, so I'm about to bring you through a 4-day fast. Alright, so let me just touch on like where I'm at in my life right now. So I've trained really hard all summer, and my body just kind of needed a break. I kind of hit a bit of overtraining. When you put a lot of stress on your body, like eventually you will need to rest, you know, like you can't continually stress out your body. And you have, you know, like when you're putting an absorbent amount of stress, like I was lifting, like at some point your body will tell you that it needs a break, and that's kind of the point that I hit. So I've been taking the month of October off. I have not been to the gym in a month, and it's been nice, actually. My body's definitely needed this break, so is my mind. And we're gonna get back to hustling. I'm gonna really start this new series, Road to the CrossFit Games, over the next 4 to 5 years. See if myself as an old man. I just turned 34, and honestly, like if I'm putting that out there, like my big lion dream, like that big thing that scares me that I really want to try to do, and I have no idea if I can do, is like, can I be a 38-year-old and be competing at the CrossFit Games with these young 24-year-olds? Like, I think that would be so cool, and I want to see if it's possible for me. So that's the journey I'm going to take you guys on. But right now we're kind of just resetting, as I said, for like this long journey. It's really important to rest before a long journey, just because you know that you're going to be putting a lot of stress on your body, over the duration. And this won't be the only rest I have over the next 4 to 5 years, obviously. Like, there will be periods, like off seasons, where I'm not training and not stressing my body out, because your body has to recuperate. Like fatigue accumulates in your body with anything. So like this goes for everyone, like, that's trying to pursue something, it doesn't have to be me pursuing the CrossFit Games. Like, it can be if you're pursuing anything, a doctorate degree, trying to build a business, like anything that you're pursuing that takes time. Like, sometimes you just have to take a break and rest, because like your body and mind need it, so you can come back to it with full vigor and just like rejuvenation. And like specifically with exercise, like eventually you hit this point where you can't train anymore. Like, there's too much fatigue in your body, and like if you don't let the fatigue, like if you don't let your body recuperate, your body cannot grow and get stronger, because it's too fatigued to super compensate. So and the other thing too is, like, you're not going to lose all your gains in the gym or like in life. Like, if you take a break, if you take an off season, like if you think about Olympic athletes, professional athletes, everyone has an off season, a period of rest. Like, even in nature, animals hibernate. Animals have seasons of low metabolic, like, stress and low energy. So that, like, it's just by design. That's what you're supposed to do. Like, you can't always be at this maximal output, maximal energy expenditure, maximal metabolic stress. Like, you just need breaks. Like, everything's peaks and valleys. So yeah, that being said, I'm about to bring you guys through a 4-day fast. That's just something I did, just to help my body reset and like just give my digestive system a break, give my immune system a break, all those things. And I think it was very interesting, because I was posting the fast on my shorts, and like I got so many comments, like, people think you're gonna lose all your muscle, like it's so unhealthy, all these things. And I think that's very interesting, because first of all, like, on a biological level, like, you don't, like, I live in America, where we live in a land of abundance, and there's plenty of food. Like, there's no food scarcity here, and that's a blessing, you know. Like, there's plenty of places in the world where that's not the case, and we live in a place of food abundance. So humans, like, throughout time have meant to have times of scarcity. And so what I'm saying is, like, if I choose not to eat for 4 or 5 days, like, you don't just all of a sudden, you're not just starving. Like, going from a state of like I'm constantly eating to a state of starving doesn't just happen overnight. Like, it takes weeks to like you either are starving or you are not. It's like an on or off switch. And so I'm not starving any time of the year. Like, I have food to eat. So it's like, to think if I don't eat for 2 days, I'm all of a sudden starving is just wrong on a biological level. Like, it takes weeks to switch between those states. So like, we as humans were meant to be able to go long periods of time without food. So like, the fact that like it's just interesting. Like, people don't really think too much. Like, you don't just go from being fed to starving over 2 to 3 days. Like, that does not happen. So like, fasting is not unhealthy. Like, I would argue that if you cannot go, and I'm speaking mostly to men, I think women it's a little different, but like, I'm not going to speak to women in like fasting and stuff, because I'm not a woman, I don't have experience with that. But as a man, if you can't go 2 to 3 days without eating, I would argue that you are unhealthy, because like, your body is meant to be able to survive times without food. And showing that you can go days without food actually shows that you're metabolically healthy, because your body's able to use the stored fat for energy. And you're not just going to all of a sudden be starving. Like, I heard the example before, like, if an animal is starved, so like, let's say a lion is in the jungle, or in the whatever, the Sahara, and it's starving. It's on like its last legs, you know what I mean? It hasn't eaten in like weeks, and it finally kills something and then gorges itself, eats all the food. Is it starving still? The answer is yes, it is still starving, even if it eats all that food, because it has to like keep eating to replenish. Like, it takes, and it's the same for the other way around. If a lion's been eating every single day and been like gorging itself and has a lot of fat on it, and then it doesn't eat for like 2 to 3 to 4 days, it's not starving. It takes a while to switch metabolically between starving and not starving. It's the same with humans. So the reason I say this is just because in the like some of the shorts I posted, people are like, some people are just like freaking out that I haven't eaten for 2 to 3 days. They're like, you're gonna lose all your muscle, you're gonna lose all your gains, this is so unhealthy. Like, people just like panic, but it's like, we are meant to be able to do that. Like, it's actually healthy. And I'm gonna bring you through these 4 days. I'm gonna actually start on the 4th day just to like show you where it ended, but I'm gonna bring you through all 4 days of not eating, and I feel much better for it, to be honest. Like, I was just having a lot of issues. I don't need to go into it, but just like from putting stress on my body, like, I could just tell it needed a break, and the fast definitely helped me heal. So again, just being in a low metabolic state, a low energy state, is very healthy, and it can help your body just like wash off all the stress that it accumulates. So again, if you want to try fasting, just go, you can try intermittent fasting or just do a 1 day fast. Like, anyone cannot eat for 1 day. Like, it's not a big deal unless you have underlying health conditions. And of course, do not fast without consulting your doctor. But if you don't have any underlying health conditions, you can easily go a day without eating. It's actually really good for you. It gives your body a break, and we as humans were meant to be able to survive without eating for a few days. And yeah, so I just think it's funny that people are like, you're gonna lose all your muscle, you're gonna do this and that. Like, I haven't worked out in a month, and like, maybe I've lost a little muscle, but like, not really. Like, if you work out a lot consistently and you've built yourself up over a long period of time, taking time off is natural and healthy, and there's no reason to panic. Like, everyone takes breaks. It's meant to happen. You can't always just be pushing your limits. So yeah, all right. I'm going to now bring you through this fast. It's going to start on day 4, I think, and then I'll bring you through days 1, 2, and 3. So, yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Here we go with the 4-day fast. I'll be back in the gym soon with more gym content, so I look forward to that. I'm getting that itch again. So I'll catch you guys soon.
This is Rachel. We're going for cut 25,360 after we wipe off the lens because Greg got it a little dirty.
Tell the peeps you say hi.
Action.
Alright, so we're breaking our 4-day fast. Just like giving a little tips in case someone wants to try a fast. When you break like a longer fast, you want to eat something that's very like easy on your stomach and like full of water, just because if you fast, especially for multiple days, your stomach shrinks. So when you eat again, you just want to slowly reintroduce food. And yeah, maybe I'm just gonna eat one meal today. I'm gonna eat some oranges and then some sushi. I'll show you that we're gonna make homemade sushi. Let's go. And that's all I'm gonna eat today. And then tomorrow I'll reintroduce a full day of like regular eating again. So cheers. I'll catch you for some sushi.
Also, let me just say that we went to the farm today and he didn't have apple cider donuts or anything. So the self-control was crazy.
True, I do have some donuts though, and I might just pretend like I'm breaking my fast with some donuts on shorts just to see how viral it gets and how upset everyone gets. I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna post breaking the fast with a donut and just watch everyone freak out and just panic. Yeah, let's do that. All right, what up? We are on day 4 of the fast. That was fun. I just went to a farm and yeah, with my wife, had a little fall fun day. Picked some apples, did a corn maze. It's a great time. But yeah, so let's do this day 4 fast check-in real quick. All right, so I'm down to 214. I think I started at 221, so just down 7 pounds. All right, so I just want to address a few things. I've been posting on some shorts, like me doing this fast, and it's fun because some people are like freaking out. They're like, "You're so unhealthy. Why are you not eating?" Blah blah blah. So let me just address some fasting things. I'll probably use this too I'm going to use this as the intro. So I'm on day 4 of a fast. I have not eaten food in 4 days. And some people think that's like so unhealthy. So let me give a little disclaimer. I do not suggest long fasts for women because I don't think their bodies respond as well. 2, I'm not saying this like a long fast is for everyone. It's certainly not. It's only for certain people. For example, people that eat in a surplus all year and are very much stressing out their digestive tract. And young people don't really need to do this either. This is for people as you get older and need to kind of like reset your body. Like someone that's 20 years old and is like really lean and active, like they don't need to do a multi-day fast. They won't benefit as much in my opinion because their cells in their body and all that stuff is really young, and something fasting is really good for is just like letting your cells repair in your body and just kind of letting them, it's just like letting your just like letting your body clean itself out. Like, let me give an example. When you have a new car, it doesn't really need to get too much maintenance. You know, it's a new car, all the parts are new. It's the same with a young body or like a healthy young body. But as you get older, I just had my birthday, I'm 34 now. When you fix the car, you have to turn the car off, right? So you turn the car off to replace the parts. With the human body, you cannot turn it off. Like, it's always running. If you turn it off, well, then you're dead and you can't turn it back on. So something to do to help your body like repair its parts, repair the internal organs, just to wash off the stress of life and like always eating a lot and doing a lot of training. It's like ingesting things is an option. So if you choose not to ingest any food for multiple days, you're giving your body a chance to clean out its insides, to repair itself, to just get a break, to be at full rest. So it's 100% really healthy for people that like need it. I think for people with chronic diseases, people with irritable bowel syndrome, people with other autoimmune diseases, I think fasting is hugely underutilized and is very misunderstood. I just think a lot of people can benefit from it. And as we as humans, like we live right now in such a world of abundance, at least if you're lucky, like in most, like I live in America and we definitely have an abundance of food. And so humans were meant to have some times of scarcity and times where you're just, like in a deficit, you're not eating so much food. Like it's just natural. Like it's like fasting is like a eustress. It's a good stress for the body. We were meant to have times of this. Like it's just good for your insides. Like there's so many overweight people now in America, and like we just have such an addiction. So like aside from like it giving your body aside from fasting giving your body like the internal time to repair itself and like use autophagy, which is where like cells, like your body eats the dead cells and like regenerates and renews the good ones. Essentially, when you're done with a fast, your body's running better. Like you gain insulin sensitivity, your organs just are finally at rest for a while. Like if you think about it, our digestive tract is working 24/7. So a multi-day fast is the only time where your digestive system actually gets full rest, full reset. And it's like your immune system gets like rejuvenated. It's also good for your brain. It gives your brain time to like, fasting induces BDNF, which is like brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which essentially allows your brain to like regenerate neurons. It's just a whole cleansing process, a detoxing process. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. But aside from the health, like as I said, I live in America, a world of abundance, and it's important to sometimes just step away from like our addictions, and like fasting is the best way to do that, to realize that like you don't have to eat all the time. It can change your relationship with food, and realize that like we consume too much of everything, and it's just a good time to strip everything away, rest, reset, check in with yourself. And yeah, just strengthen like your mental fortitude. So it's just funny because in the shorts I've been posting, I've been getting some people that are like, oh, it's so unhealthy to fast and so on and so forth. You're going to lose all your muscle. Like none of that is true. You're not going to lose all your muscle in a few days. When you're fasting, human growth hormone increases, which like essentially liberates free fatty acids. So you burn fat for fuel, and that preserves lean muscle mass as well. So like you're not going to lose all your gains in a few days, especially if you've been working years and years to gain it. Like it's not just going to go away. That's not how the human body works. So let me think, what else? So yeah, I don't know, I'm on day 4, and what else have people been saying? I don't know, I'm just addressing some of you're so unhealthy, this is so unhealthy, if this isn't sustainable. Again, of course this isn't sustainable. You're not supposed to do a multi-day fast all the time. Like this is like a once a year, maybe twice a year endeavor you do to give your body time to like heal and just rest and reset. And you'll notice in this time, like when you do this, your blood pressure decreases, like everything decreases. You just like slow down, your body slows down, and you actually feel clear-headed. And like, I don't have a ton of energy, as you can see, but like I feel clean and light, and like my joint stress is gone. It's just such a cleansing process for the body and the mind. So again, this isn't meant to be sustainable. This isn't supposed to be something you do all the time. This is like a once a year thing you do for yourself, to check in with yourself, to let your body recuperate from, all the inflammation that it incurs on a daily basis. Like living, eating, working out hard, all that stuff is stressful. And so sometimes you just have to give your body a break. Just like when you turn a car off, as I said, to fix it, you sometimes just have to turn your body off as much as you can to let it heal. So just addressing some of this stuff. So again, if you've never fasted before and want to try it, just try a 1-day fast. You know, we'll go 1 day without eating. Anyone can do that. And I would also argue that if you can do a multi-day fast, it means you're healthy. Like, your body's supposed to be able to run on fat. We as human beings are supposed to be able to go multiple days without eating. And if you can't, that's a sign that you're actually unhealthy. So, all right, I'm gonna leave it at that. The fast is gonna end today. I'm gonna eat dinner tonight. That'll be a full 24, 48, 96 hours without eating. So yeah, it's been good. And when you break a fast, you have to ease back into food. I'll show you what I'm gonna eat to break it later. But yeah, fasting has many benefits. And it's not sustainable. You're not supposed to do this forever. You're just supposed to do it for a short period of time for the mental and physical benefits. So, all right. I hope you guys enjoyed this little series. And yeah, I'm gonna put this first. Like, this is day 4 of the fast, so you're just gonna kind of see me rant about, like, you're gonna see me on day 1 to day 4. I'm gonna rewind now to the first day of the fast, and I just have some clips every day of me talking to the camera, just about why I'm fasting and just kind of ranting. So if you're interested in fasting and giving it a try and seeing what it can do for you, just watch the rest of the video. I do a lot of talking in it. So, what up, YouTube? All right, I am back with gym vlog 008, but this is another no gym vlog. But I am, as I stated in my last video, I'm just having a little bit of a period of rest, or hibernation, as I like to call it, and I'm going to go into why, but I am going to, in this video, embark on a multi-day fast. I don't know exactly how many days I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of see how I'm feeling, but it's going to be at least 3 days at minimum, and it might go longer. So, yeah, stay tuned. And so, yeah, the reason I'm fasting is I'm just going to go into a period of, like, low metabolic rate, low activity, just like low energy expenditure, just for the purposes of, like, my body healing. You know, when you play, like, the way I've been living my life and been really pushing for extreme performance lately, it's a very stressful task on your body, along with eating all the food that's required to grow the muscle and the strength. All that's stressful, and so just having a period where you're just letting your body totally rest, and that includes not eating, because eating is also stressful on the body. Your organs have to digest and partition and use the nutrients, and so just having a period where you don't eat and are just completely resting and are in a low energy and low metabolic state can be very healing and rejuvenating for the body. So that's what I'm embarking on right now. We're on day 1 of the fast. You can see all right, so let's just go into a few things about fasting. One is I didn't just jump right into this fast. I kind of planned it. Like, the last time I trained hard was like 2 weeks ago, and so the last 2 weeks I've just been eating normally and just kind of not going to the gym, and now I'm entering a period of fasting. So you don't just want to be training a ton and then jump into a fast, because your body needs nutrients to repair itself from stress, from heavy training and such. So if you're in a very stressful period of life, you do not fast, because you need the energy from food to get through these stressful periods. So you have to plan your fast, like, plan it for a good time. Plan it for a time when you can be relaxed and not have much on your plate. So the other thing is, I know other people who will fast and then they'll say, oh, you should still exercise and still do, like, your normal daily activities. I personally don't agree. I think when you're fasting, because you're not absorbing any energy, you also have to very much limit your energy expenditure. So I'm going to be having a really lazy few days where I'm just going to be doing some work, and then most of the other time just hanging out, maybe going for some 10-minute walks, and that's it. I'm going to spend most of the time just like hanging around, reading, sitting, laying around, taking naps. And that's really important. You don't want to, like, fasting in itself is a little bit stressful as well because you don't have energy. So you need to conserve your energy and let your body heal and let it just be in a low energy state. So yeah, those are some tips on fasting. Do not just jump into it, plan it, ease into it, and do it at a time where you know your life is not going to be too stressful. And so some of the benefits of fasting, spiritually fasting is very important. God commands us to fast, and I think it's a very important thing to do spiritually because you remove all the things that you're putting into your body from this world, and it kind of opens you up and expands your mind. And in a world where, like, we're so addicted to so many things, technology, food, alcohol, I like cannabis, all these things, like taking a break from everything, it gives you a new perspective and allows your body to reset, and spend time with God and just wash away like everything that you put on in this world that isn't of God. So fasting has many benefits spiritually. And I'll leave that up to you guys to experience that. I think it's something that everyone should try. And it's a great way to beat addiction and beat anxiety and all these things. Like, fasting can really help, like, heal you spiritually and connect you with God. That's just my 2 cents. But aside from that, we're going to talk about the health benefits of fasting. And when you're fasting, it gives, like, your body isn't digesting food, so it's not spending resources doing that. So it has the ability to use its resources elsewhere, and that often means like autophagy, which is like cleaning up your cells and cellular repair. And yeah, like, eating in itself, as I said, is stressful. Like, exercising hard is stressful. There's lots of byproducts like inflammation, all these things that your body have, and it accumulates fatigue. Like, even your digestive system gets tired as well. And just taking a break, giving it time to reset, letting your stomach heal and stuff, in letting your immune system rest, your nervous system rest, is so beneficial. I would say it's one of the few things that actually does promote longevity. Longevity is one of those things that's very hit or miss. Like, people are like, oh, promotes longevity, blah, blah, blah. Like, the only things in my mind that actually promote longevity are naps and fasting. And those are both because you're conserving energy, and not expending. Like, pretty much anything we do in this world is stress on the body. So just putting yourself in a low stress state, like where your body is doing nothing, is about the only thing that promote longevity, in my opinion. The main reasons of fasting are like autophagy, cellular repair. It lets your organs rest. It decreases your blood pressure, your heart rate, all these things. So, like, your body goes into a very, like, rested state, and it just has huge benefits. So, all right, enough rambling. This is just day one. I still got some energy now, so I'll pick up this camera every day. When I go downstairs, I'll go jump on the scale and, like, put this camera, show my weight, and then also give a little physique update, just so you can see how, like, your physique kind of changes over fasting. And I'll definitely lose a decent amount of weight, but this weight will also come back. It's like temporary weight. But yeah, I will, just because I'm not putting in any food into my body, I will obviously be losing water, and I obviously will be drinking water. You need to drink water, but like eating carbohydrates and all those things make you retain more water. Like, when you're consuming sodium and stuff like that, your body retains like minerals, water, salt, all those things, electrolytes. and that like glycogen, all those things like glycogen stores will all be depleting over this fast. So I will lose a bunch of weight that will come back when I reintroduce food. But for the time being, like losing all this glycogen, like these minerals, water, like all these things, like it's a way for your body to detox and to just like rest and get back to like a homeostasis and a new baseline, and get rid of inflammation and all those things. So yeah, my body will definitely change a lot over these next few days. All right, enough of this rant. We're on day 1 of the fast. I will show my weight and stuff when I go downstairs, and then I'm going to spend the rest of the day. I got some work to do, and then just kind of chilling. So I will check in with you guys all throughout this fast, and kind of show just the benefits I'm getting from it. All right, yeah, that's it. Catch you in a little bit. All right, so this is just day 1 of the fast. Just kind of going to show how my body is going to change a little bit. Yeah. So, all right. One more thing I'll add about fasting, and that's very beneficial, is it will also improve your insulin sensitivity. Like when you come back to eating, your insulin sensitivity will be higher for sure, because your body will be just like craving nutrients. And aside from that though, it's just such a good way to, like, as I said earlier, like break any addiction, break a food addiction, like to realize that like you don't need anything, like resetting, like just like your entire like dopamine system, like just, it's just very beneficial. Like you just have to practice such willpower, because this is obviously day 1. Like today's the easy day. This is only going to get harder. And so just like seeing that like you can go multiple days without food, it just like helps you realize like you have much more discipline than you think you have. And it just, yeah, it's a very powerful tool. To just like resetting your mentality for life and how to cope with stress and stuff like that. So, and again, I'm doing a multiple day fast. If you're someone who's never fasted before, or if you're young, all right, if you're someone that's really young, like you do not need to do a multiple day fast. Like if you're just starting to work out in the gym all the time, you're like a teenager or in your very early 20s, like you're a young, not big person. Like you don't need to fast. Like I have a good amount of body fat and stuff on me. So like I have the ability to do a multiple day fast. And like, yeah, so if you're young and you want to try fasting, just try a 1 day fast. That's all you need to do. You don't need to do a multiple day fast. And that's the same with anyone that's older too as well, that wants to try fasting. Do not just jump into a multiple day fast. I have done this before. So just start small, and don't bite off more than you can chew. And again, this is, all right, some more caveats I'm adding, sorry. Because I also don't want to, I know there are plenty of people who have like body dysmorphia and eating disorders. Like if you, I'm going to turn the camera back for this. If you have like an eating disorder or things like that, like you also should not fast. Like, because I have no problem eating a lot of food on a daily basis. And so fasting for multiple days doesn't mess up like my relationship with food. This isn't something I do frequently. I haven't done a multiple day fast in over a year. So this is not something you do frequently. At most, you would do it once every I would say 3 months max, but like maybe once a year, twice a year, you do a multiple day fast. You'll get the benefits of it. And yeah, this is not something you need to do all the time, especially if you do not eat a lot of food on the regular. Like you should not be doing this. This is just for this is for people who eat a lot of food and just need to de-stress their bodies and don't have a bad relationship with food, which I do not. I have a very large appetite, so doing this is beneficial for me. I just wanted to kind of preface this because fasting for multiple days is not for everyone. It's not. And you can and like I said, for the spiritual reasons of fasting, like if you can also just fast certain things, and there's tons of ways to fast. But I do truly believe that truly doing a water only fast has so many benefits. And so I challenge someone out there to do it for just one day, see how you feel, and then challenge yourself to extend it another time and just see all these benefits that you can get from it. But yeah, okay. Sorry, that's enough ranting. All right, this is day 1 of the fast. I'll check in with you guys on day 2. All right, what up, YouTube? We are on day 2 of the fast, and I'm feeling good. I'm getting what I wanted to get out of this. So just to dive into a little bit why I'm doing this, I've been putting a lot of stress on my body the past 4 or 5 months, just doing a lot of heavy training, eating a lot of food and all those things, and I could just tell it was time to reset, so I'm just doing a multi-day fast. And the reason I'm doing that is because fasting is a state where your body has the ability to do a lot of healing and regeneration, and your body essentially eats its own bad cells. So all the cells in mitochondria and stuff that aren't functioning properly, your body will kind of clean it out. And so also things like hormones, like your human growth hormone, increase, your insulin decreases, and these are things that are very healing for the body, and just it promotes regeneration. And so far, so yesterday I had no food at all. I'm on the second day of no eating, and I've been in a lot of pain lately, just physically and mentally, just overwhelmed. Just could tell my body was just very exhausted. And last night I slept better than I slept in weeks. My joints also feel much better. And my mind also feels very calm and sedated. So these are things that I'm attributing all to fasting, just because you're decreasing the stress on your body. You're putting it into a state of rest, of low metabolic rate, low energy, and you're just kind of just chilling. And again, when I'm doing this, I'm having very low energy days. I'm just I got work to do, but I'm just kind of hanging out at the house, and just relaxing most of the day, to let my body be in this healing state. So yeah, I'm getting what I want out of it so far. I would say the second day is actually easier than the first day, just because on the second day your body really starts to settle into not eating, and your body's really running on ketones, which is what you get from fats. So yeah, and again, this isn't something I would promote for if you're trying to get, you do not do this all the time, but certain times of the year, just this is kind of a little hibernation phase for me of just resting, letting my body be in a low energy state, letting the inflammation clear out, and just letting my body just kind of regenerate itself. So yeah, again, if you're doing this, you have to keep your activity low and just be in a low energy and a low metabolic state, to get the benefits from this, in my opinion. Some people are oh, just fast and go about your daily activities. I do not agree. I'm not going to the gym or doing anything. I'm just letting my body be in a very restful state. What else? And also, when you don't eat, your digestive system gets a rest. Think about your digestive system and how much of a burden it takes on. It's always digesting food to produce energy. It's also where a lot of your immune system lives. So fasting also lets your immune system reset, because you're not putting anything foreign into your body. So it just kind of reduces the stress. Your stomach also has to heal. Every so often, your stomach lining and stuff regenerates, and your the bacteria in your stomach, and fasting just allows your stomach and the bacteria to flourish and kind of reset as well. So it's just a big reset for your immune system, your nervous system, your joints, and yeah, so it's going well so far. I feel Obviously, like I feel a little like I'm not full of energy, but that's the whole point of this, is to be in a low energy state. So I feel good though. I feel clear headed. I feel calm, and that's, and I feel better. Like all the things that have been ailing me, like the past few weeks have been, it feels better today. So I'm gonna certainly continue. All right, so time for just a weigh in. I'm just tracking, like how I'm looking and the weight as I go through this multi-day fast. So I think that's about enough of a check-in right now. I'm going to do the weigh-in and get a little bit of a physique update, and then, I'm going to chill the rest of the day, and we're going to continue this. And all right. Let me think. What else? I guess too. I'm going to touch on just if you're enjoying this too. Just keep following along every day. I'm going to just keep tracking this and how I'm feeling, and just the benefits of fasting. So I think if you're dealing with like a chronic condition, chronic ailments, upset stomachs, like IBS, autoimmune diseases, I think fasting is a very powerful tool. And again, you obviously can't fast all the time. Your body needs food and nutrients, but I think it's very underutilized in Western medicine. I think fasting can cure a lot of ailments and give your body the ability to reset. So that's also, I'm just showing you this is something I actually do, like when I'm feeling run down and beat up. Fasting certainly is a very powerful tool that is underutilized. So that's another reason I'm just tracking this and sharing this. So, all right, I'm going to do a weigh-in now. Here we go. Actually, I guess I'll put it over here. So you can see the weight's gone down a couple pounds. And I'm just feeling better. I'm feeling less inflamed. Like you can see my abs start to come through a little bit more without flexing and stuff. It's just, the inflammation, all this extra water and stuff starts to flush out a little bit because you're not eating carbs. So all the extra water and glycogen that you hold on to when you fast, it kind of leaves your body slowly. You get just lighter and are just decreasing all the retention and inflammation in your body. So, all right, this is the check-in for day 2. And I will see you guys tomorrow, yeah? Oh, that's good. That's just some electrolytes. I'm on day 3 of 0 calories. The fast is going well. I feel good. I feel calm and clear-headed. I feel light and empty. Just a really quick update today. I'm going to really talk about more of why I'm fasting and the results on the last day. But again, I've touched on it already, but the main reason I'm fasting is just to give my cells time to repair. If you think about a car, let's just think about a car, you turn the car off and repair it, right? But the human body's much more complicated and different, and you have to essentially repair your body while it's running. So I'm essentially giving my body a chance to just be doing the least amount possible to give it the most resources to repair itself and just find find balance and just heal internally. So again, yeah, I'm not putting anything foreign into my body, and it's just giving it the ability to just like get rid of all the stuff in your body that's bad, like the bad cells, like the dead mitochondria, all those things that are like the damaged like cells that you have, because your body's not perfect. There's things in it that are damaged, and when you just give it time to repair itself, it will do it so more efficiently. So yeah, that's the main reason I'm fasting, just to heal, and just to propel myself forward in the future, so that when I go back to training hard and eating a lot of food, it will be more efficient because it had time to like clear out all the inflammation and stuff. So, all right, just a quick weigh in. Let's just get it done, baby. All right, so it said 217. So I think I was like about 221-ish when I started this. So I'm down about 4 pounds in the last 3 days, in the last 3 days. Yeah. So day 3 of the fast, it's going well. Again, some of this weight's going to come back. That's not fat that I'm losing. Again, my body is running on fat right now, so I'm certainly burning some, but because I'm not eating, any carbohydrates, there's no glycogen storage and there's less water storage, so your body kind of excretes a lot of things while you're fasting, and really like detoxes. But that's why I'm having electrolytes too, because you need electrolytes to hold on to water, so you don't want to go completely dehydrated. So if you're fasting, especially for multiple days, make sure you have electrolytes. So yeah, it's going good. I'm feeling good, rejuvenating, and yeah, so I'll check in with you guys on day 4 later.